Okay, so you're super sensitive, and maybe you had a kind of a spiritual awakening, just like I am having right now. And I know I need to do this video so that you're not alone. I just want to let my soul speak for a little minute because it feels so good, right? You're sensitive and you've been through like lots of waves, and you're seen as too much. You are, yes. You are seen as too much by the outside world, people. You can feel so much. You can feel their energy. You can feel so much about what they're about, but you are, yeah, your balance between what your human brain is saying and all the things that you see that people can't really see, right? Your balance between the time that every time you see people, you feel like something is dropping, like it's harder, much harder to be self-aware. It is harder. It's like people are mirrors, right? So it can get a little bit intense sometimes to like realize that people are just, looking, they're just projecting onto you what you need to heal, because basically you have a story, you have a life, and you've awakened now, or you're like, your sensitivity is awareness anyway, so like you're some kind of awakened, but you've been through the same process as every single human being on this planet, where we have beliefs and we have stories, and like whenever you see people, you realize that yes, you have to heal. You have all these stories that are projected back at you. And the question is, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with being yourself fully, like you are when you are alone, or like where you are when you're with people who get it? And how do you balance that with not completely isolating yourself from people, from Earth, from I mean, not from Earth, but from the people in the society? This is what I'm going to talk about today. Wow. Okay, so I'm actually saying all of this because I'm going through this myself. I feel very, very lonely, very, I feel like there's a demon in my head that's trying to hold me back from growing and stuff. It's not a demon, right? It's just the ego. It's just the brain that's, so attached to its stories, and I can see everything that's happening in my brain, but it's a little bit hard at times, right? Especially when you're with other people. You can go from, being super like high, super high, like super high energy and vibrating super high, and super excited about life and super excited about everything, and suddenly it drops. Yeah. Well, literally just right now I've been through that. And the question is, how do you deal with that? So first, the thing I've understood is that vibrating high is not about it being happy all the time. It's not about feeling super excited or whatever. Sometimes you're gonna feel at peace. Sometimes you're even gonna feel super triggered. You can be triggered, but you can be aware of it, and you can still have a high amount of awareness, right? So I'm just understanding right now that keeping your vibration, keeping your awakenment, because I have your awakening. I've awakened spiritually a couple of days ago. You can see the video, it's really funny. And like I keep thinking, I need to be aware. I've seen the truth now, so I need to be aware that my ego is doing its thing, and that it's just my ego. But sometimes I just want to shortcut the results, and I'm just like, okay, I'm triggered now, but I'm already wanting to get back to my original state. And now I'm realizing the goal is not always to get back to your original state of love. The goal is to stay aware. Just stay aware. Stay in touch with your higher truth. You know where you come from. You know that you're loved, that you're here to have fun, that you're here on a bigger mission. But remember that vibrating high means being aware. Be aware of what's happening in your mind. And yeah, you can feel, you have to feel everything. Don't try to run away from it. Like, there's nothing to escape, not even pain. You don't even have to escape pain. You do not have to escape anything that you're feeling. You just need to untangle the beliefs and everything, that's been projected onto you. These days, I get very triggered by other people. whenever I don't see many people, but whenever I see my partner or my parents or whatever, I get very, very, very triggered because I can see my old stories reflected back at me. So, yes, how do you deal with that? Well, that's a great question, my friend. How do you deal with that? Well, find space for yourself. You gotta take some time away from people. You have to spend time with yourself so that you can let your soul be your soul, and you let yourself shine, and you let yourself feel amazing and all of that, right? And also feel bad. Like, it's not even about feeling amazing. It's just give yourself space to be yourself fully. And because every single time you're going to see people, it's going to act as a mirror, and you're going to see things of yourself that are not healed yet. And you are a bright new light. You are a bright new light, which you need to really protect. You need to protect not from people, but you need to protect from the mirrors in the beginning, because mirrors are great, but if you're surrounded by mirrors, you cannot rise. You cannot become who you're really meant to be, who you're truly meant to be, and you can't become that light. That you can't become that authentic you. You need to step away from the mirrors. You need to step away from people unapologetically, no matter what they say, no matter what they think. You need time for yourself. I think this is the first step, my friend. You can see how lit up I am now compared to a couple of weeks ago. I was like this. I talk like this. Now I'm like, okay, see, I'm very happy because I'm doing this video and I'm actually finding answers to my own problems. Yes. Okay, so that's the first step. Make sure you have enough time alone. Do not believe the thing of like, oh, you need to see people to be okay. No, you need to see you. When you've had, too many experiences where you've been surrounded by mirrors, and you cannot become someone new if you're constantly, in your old self, surrounded by the people who know your old self and getting that mirror reflected by. It's not possible. You gotta step away from people. You gotta do it. Okay. And I would say the second thing is, like, whenever you get triggered, whether it's alone or whether it's with people, get back to step one, get back to square one. I fucking love this journey. Like, whenever you get triggered, take space unapologetically. Unapologetically is really hard to say. This word is really hard to say. But it's like, whenever you get triggered, you gotta take space. And I'm really struggling with that, and I'm very lucky because my partner knows. He's like, oh, you need some space. And I'm like, yes, I do. But like, and people might not understand, but like, you gotta take space for yourself to express yourself, to untangle the beliefs, to understand yourself, to use your self-awareness, to understand yourself, right? And to keep being that new you, that aware you. And you really have to step away from 90% of people who actually are not awake, or maybe they're awake in their own way, but you really gotta step away and take care of yourself and get to understand yourself better. So step one, get away from people. Step two, whenever you are with people and get triggered, get away from people and deal with yourself. I'm not saying that you should completely isolate yourself, right? I talk to a lot of people online who are actually on my frequency, who are getting me 100%. Like, they don't think I'm weird, or they don't think I'm crazy, because they're the same. So it's okay. Like, it's important to still have people in your life, and I think it's important to still see people physically, right? But like, one big belief that I used to have, and that's been carried around me for so long, is you need to see people every 2 days, otherwise you're going to die. Otherwise you're going to die from loneliness. Bullshit, BS, bullshit. You do not need that. If you feel like you need it, then you need it. But oops, my finger, sorry. But you don't need that to be alive, to be okay. You need more time alone to figure out who you really are, and to let your soul shine, let yourself be you. That's what you need, way more than seeing people. And then I think relationships are incredible because they act as challenges and they act as mirrors. So they're gonna, like, whenever you think, oh, that's it, I'm healed, that's it, I can shine bright for the rest of my life, which is really cool. Like whenever you're gonna have a relationship with someone, a friendship or even family or whatever, you're gonna see what's not healed. You're gonna feel judgment, doubt, whatever. You're gonna feel like the ego is like So yeah, thank you so much for listening until the end. I really enjoyed doing that video, which actually got me from a place of being in my ego, triggered to peace and freedom. So welcome, thank you so much. Feel free to subscribe down below. I post day videos daily. If you enjoy my vibe, if I'm too much for you, maybe it's not the right place for you, my friend. And I will see you tomorrow for the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.